What's up, everybody? I'm Adaptive, and I'm going to go over a few tips to help you out with the beginning of Nioh. So these are some beginner tips that that helped me. So when you are looking at this map can be a little daunting at first, but as you play through, as you can see, it says exploration level. As you go through and you start completing certain things, your exploration level will go higher and higher. And that means more things will pop up on the map. So you will not miss anything, which is fantastic. And you can always check what you have missed by just pressing R2 in a certain area. So like over here, we look at Tokaido, which my exploration is 4 out of 4. And we'll see we've basically achieved everything in this area. But when we look at this one, I'm exploration 2 out of 4. It only shows a few things right now that I have found, and it will show more as you level up that exploration level. But as you can see, I haven't done much here. All right, tip number 2. I recommend, this game gives you a lot of information. It's a lot of information that is thrown at you, and it can be a little daunting. But one of the great things about it is if you press like I'm on PlayStation, I can press the pad button, which says help at the bottom, and it will tell you what everything means. And this is everything. Everything that you want to know. So if you go over to equipment and you have a question on what certain things do exactly, then it will go over exactly what they do. So you can know, okay, well, Spirit Force bonus, that's what that does, essentially. So very, very helpful to press pad, and it will tell you any information that you need. All right, a third tip, which is also kind of going into what we just went over, is your agility and your equipment weight. Now, this is really important. So as you can see right here, it's yellow and it says C. I would not recommend playing in C because it's just it affects your key consumption and your attacking and your dodging. And so basically you're just going to use a lot of ki. You don't want to do that. So right here in my samurai, I'm at B. You want to stay at B. That's what I highly recommend. So just go ahead and change whatever equipment you need to change in the equipment menu to make sure that you're going to essentially be at the weight that you need to be, which is what B is. Next is the menu of all the upgrades that you can do. So first, I would recommend, first of all, you have samurai points and ninja points. And I would recommend first starting out like with your samurai points, get deflect and start getting like your high stance and your low stance. And just some of your basic stuff before you go ahead and level up certain weapons. And then figure out what weapons you like. And at the beginning, you're not going to know what weapons you like. You're going to be getting a bunch of different weapons. And so the great thing is, like for me, I'm using the Odachi right now. I think it's really fun. And I also think the axe is very, very good. So I plan on using that later. But one of the great things is if you press L3 to reset, you can either reset all samurai style points or just the current displayed ones, which is the ones in the Odachi one. So then you can take out the points of the Odachi and put them into, let's say, the axe or whatever weapon you're deciding on. So you can go ahead and experiment with as many weapons as possible. There's no penalty to do this at all. That's fantastic. So do the same with ninja, where you can just go in, first get the basic ones that you need here, and then start working on some of your ninja weapons. And you'll see, and you'll gain ninja points and samurai points as you play and continue to do just more things around the open world. And my next tip, which this is really important, I would highly recommend you set this, because there is a lot of items that you will be picking up and you will have to mash the button to pick it up. Don't. There is an item auto pickup selection. Turn this on. Keep it on, and then so you can just run over any items and you'll automatically pick them up. It makes it so much easier. And I found this out much later than I should have, and man, I wish I knew this at the beginning of the game. But it makes it so much easier. So turn that on. Turn item auto pickup on, and it's in the basic game settings. Basic game settings. I think it's the 5th page. Yep. And next is dealing with equipment. You will gain a lot of items in this game. They're everywhere. So this is just a fraction of what I have gotten and what I have traded in. But one of the cool things is, let's see, when you go over to, where's the weapons? So when you go over to weapons, you have familiarity. As you gain familiarity, you don't really want to sell them yet, but when you gain more familiarity and you go over to pray, you can go over to, let's see, the blessings. No. Where is it? Yes, preparations to make offering. So you can offer them up, and when you make offerings, they will trade in for Amrita. And the Amrita is what you use to gain levels. So the higher the familiarity, the higher that you will gain but when you trade them in. So experiment with weapons, use different weapons, because they highly encourage you to use different weapons in this game, because there's no penalty to it at all. Try everything. Try each different weapon. Like this one right here is a great weapon that I've been using, that my familiarity has increased a lot. And as you can see, I would earn 400 for selling this. And this is very early in the game, by the way. This one is just high, but as you can see, like this one is low, the Amrita, because I don't have familiarity in it. And next are these different revenants that you can find. So when you see a red sword, that means you can fight them. So when we go ahead and let me switch to this. Okay, let's just kill him. All right, so when we get that, you will get, why did it not show it? But you will get a special cup, and that will allow you to call in different helpful co-op people to help you when you see a blue sword. So right now I don't see a blue sword, unfortunately, so I can't show you. Okay, it's very weird. I cannot find any of the blue swords, but whenever you find a blue sword, basically it's a co-op thing, and you can use those cups that you gather to have them basically help you with whatever you need until they either die or you die. essentially. Now, like in previous games, there are these right here that you can find. And so these Kodamas are very helpful. So instead of them just being like, oh, by the way, this is me just picking up stuff. See, don't even press anything. But if we go ahead and warp back to, I can't warp there, but now we can go to blessings, and I will have a Kodama blessing, and I can increase one of these values, essentially. And these are pretty helpful because, I mean, as you can see, it'll increase elixir drop rate, the efficacy of the elixirs, the spirit force that you gain from using elixirs. Then when you use elixirs, the damage dealt and the decreased damage taken after using an elixir for a certain amount of time. And one of the last things I'm going to go over is as you customize your playstyle and you gain more abilities, just know that some abilities do not work with other ones. So you will have to pick and choose what you want. So when you get one that is like hold triangle, for example, and you get another one that's hold triangle, you will have to pick which one you want because you can't use both of them. So that's one thing that you have to kind of decide. But also remember, you can go ahead and you can re-get those skills just by resetting the skill tree. So if it's like, oh, I didn't want to do that, so now I have 2 skills that I don't really need, which is kind of what it is right here, I can go ahead and reset this skill tree and just basically pick one of them and use that other point for another skill that I can find that is useful. So just remember that you can always pick which items or which skills you want right here, and you can switch them if need be, like right here, so I can pick which ones I want. Or I can go ahead and completely redo the skill tree, and so I can even it out. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with is have fun, because so far in this game I'm really enjoying it, and I have only scratched the surface, but yet I've put in about 12 hours into this game just running around doing not even side quests, but just collecting things and killing a bunch of enemies and gaining levels, because this game is a ton of fun and it allows you to have so much more freedom in terms of combat and in terms of where you want to go and how you want to approach things. And I like switching between the samurai and the ninja style. Oh, I'm gonna leave you with actually one last thing right here as well. Okay, so there's the mode. Let's see. When we go to... Yes, so style shift and burst break separation. Now, I would highly recommend that you put this on. And that's because when you do the shift style and the burst break, if you have it off, it will do both at the same time. So you will switch the style that you were using, and that can kind of throw off your gameplay. It's happened to me where it threw off my gameplay in a boss, and where I was using my Kusarigami, it switched to a sword, and then I got my ass kicked. So I would recommend that you turn that on. So then basically whenever you press R2, it just does the shift brake, but it doesn't do the style change unless you hold R2. So that's the last tip I'm going to leave you with. These are all beginner tips, by the way. So there is a lot more to discover in this game, and I will be going over more, but I hope this is helpful for you, because if I wish I knew these things before and was told these things, I had to discover these things on my own. So hopefully this helps you, and check out my playthrough and check out any of my walkthroughs, gameplay tips. I have a lot of different 100% walkthroughs, playthroughs of different games, and we're doing a full playthrough of this game, and probably going to do a New Game Plus playthrough of this because this game is really fun. And then when Resident Evil Requiem comes out, we're playing that. So we have a lot coming up on the channel. So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. Really helps me to grow the channel. And I hope this was helpful for you. And have a great day and enjoy this game, because this game is really, really good. It is. I am blown away, and it is. If this continues to be as good as it is, it will be definitely in my top 5 Souls-likes.